648, good morning. Glad you're here on KCMO Talk Radio 95.7 FM. Let's do it.
It's time for the 6 at 6 on 95.7 KCMO Talk Radio. Number 1.
Top of the list. Let's just start here. Former Chief star Tyreek Hill's estranged wife is now claiming several incidents of domestic violence during their 17-month marriage. Keita Vaccaro claims there were 8 instances of domestic violence dating back to early January of 2024, according to court documents viewed by TMZ. Hill and Vaccaro were married in Austin, Texas in November of 23, and the first alleged domestic abuse incident occurred 2 months later when the couple was at their guest house in Florida. According to the filings, Hill allegedly became upset while they were having a conversation about a postnuptial agreement, and he allegedly pushed her to the ground before ripping a necklace off her, leaving a cut and a bruise. Vaccaro claims that Hill got physical with her while she was pregnant, and in another incident, she alleges that he spat on her. Vaccaro filed for divorce in April, and the two have continued to trade jabs at each other during the proceedings. So, how many baby mamas are we up to now for Tyreek Hill? Has anyone been keeping track of those? Because I can't keep track. Can't keep track of the divorces. I can't keep track.
He passed Nick Cannon, I think.
I think he might have passed Nick Cannon status. I think you're right about that, John. I can't keep track of the baby mamas. I can just say this much. Ain't a good dude. And while the Chiefs have a lot of problems at wide receiver, and frankly, they haven't been the same at that position since he left, part of me is just so glad he's not here. Because as much as we all cheered for him when he scored that big touchdown, as much as he was electric early on in Patrick Mahomes' career, I mean, at one point do you say, I just can't root for this guy? And obviously these are allegations. And right now it's a he said, she said. But, you know, there's enough there with Tyreek Hill, and there has been over the years, going back to his time at Oklahoma State, that's why he fell in the NFL draft, where you say, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, in the case of Tyreek Hill, it's a cheetah. But you get the point. It's a duck. Next up.
Number 2.
In the 6 at 6 on KCMO. Speaking of the Chiefs and wide receivers, Andy Reid saying that Xavier Worthy, who ran into Travis Kelce and left the game on Friday night, or did Travis Kelce run into him? We don't know. He's day-to-day and is rehabbing. But we do not know when he's going to be available again. Andy Reid saying yesterday, as far as injuries go, I know Xavier's going to be the big question. He's rehabbing, working his shoulder. We'll see where it goes day to day here, see where we end up. You guys buying that day-to-day thing? I mean, I'm not.
It's a nice thought.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice thought.
I would say more like month to month.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, too. I'm thinking Andy might have misspoke. Day to day. I mean, at least give us a week to week, split the difference there. But day to day, come on, man.
Oh, we've done the time warp thing, though, with Eric Berry and different stuff over the years. So
that's a good point.
Number 3.
Next up in our 6 at 6, let's go to Kansas Attorney General Chris Kobach. He is suing Laura Kelly, announcing yesterday that he's suing the Kansas governor and the Kansas Department of Children and Families Secretary Laura Howard over their refusal to turn over data related to SNAP, that is food stamps, to the federal government. Kobach revealed yesterday that he is asking a court to compel Laura Kelly's administration to follow state and federal law and hand over the SNAP details. Kobach is joined by fellow Republican Speaker of the House, Dan Hawkins, and they were there yesterday when he made the announcement. It's a 130-page lawsuit that demands Kelly and Howard comply with a July 23rd request from the Food, Nutrition, and Consumer Services section of the U.S. Department of Agriculture to hand over SNAP data related to its users in Kansas. Of course, Kelly is refusing to do this, stating last month it would place the personal details of 730,000 Kansans at risk. Republicans allege that she's just covering up waste, fraud, and abuse, and that it risks Kansas losing more than $10 million in food stamps funding. So I don't know why Laura Kelly thinks that personal details are going to be at risk here. If people are accepting food stamps, The federal government has their personal information. Use your head here.
You mustard moo.
Come on. What is that all about? This feels like total excuse making from Laura Kelly. And if it costs the state $10 million in federal funding, what are you doing? Trying to prove a point against the president of the United States? Or, as it has been alleged, is it about covering up waste, fraud, and abuse in the state of Kansas? That remains to be seen.
Number 4.
Next up in the 6 at 6, yesterday, Missouri U.S. Senator Josh Hawley requested that HUD, the Department of Housing and Urban Development, launch an investigation into the unsafe living conditions reported by tenants at a Blue Springs apartment complex. In Hawley's letter to HUD Secretary Scott Turner, he stated the residents of the Villas of Autumn Bend. Why is it that the dumpiest apartment complexes have the fanciest names? It's like the places that are total hellholes have these fancy names where you're like, oh, that place sounds pretty nice. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. It's like one of the worst places to live in Blue Springs. The Villas of Autumn Bend. Oh, it sounds so quaint, doesn't it? Have cited a number of unsanitary conditions, leading his staff to go to the property and investigate for themselves. So Fox 4 spoke with one of the residents who brought this to the senator's attention, and now they've got HUD involved in this investigation. And Hawley is insisting that HUD investigate the property, review its compliance status, and take appropriate means of enforcement by October 8th, which is exactly 1 month to the day from when his letter was sent, if violations are confirmed.
Number 5.
In our 6 at 6 this morning on KCMO, this was random in Overland Park. Pinstripes has closed, citing unforeseen circumstances. The Bowling, Bocce, and Bistro, typically found at Overland Park's Prairie Fire location of Pinstripes, will be no more, reports KCTV5. Yesterday, a locksmith was on hand at the restaurant, and they were changing the locks. And there was a sign on the front door that read, "We are closed for business today. We apologize for any inconvenience." Well, I don't think they're just closed for today when they're changing out the locks. Unbelievable. The South Overland Park location was at 135th and Knoll. They have 8 other locations nationwide. I had been the one in the Chicago area. I had actually not been to the one here in Overland Park. But that's too bad. Pinstripes closing down.
They couldn't pay off their Star Bond.
Maybe that's it. Don't get me started on Star Bonds, Mark. It's too early. It wasn't on my rundown today.
Number 6.
And last up in the 6 at 6, I will be debating DEI and the scam and grift that it is tonight at Rockhurst, 6 to 7:30. I will be on a panel, and I will be the only one calling DEI what it is. If you want to join us, if you have the time, I would love to have some fans there, because if not, I'm going to get booed the whole time. Rockhurst, doors open at 5:30. The event starts at 6. They call it Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Controversy.